Whenever anyone talks about game design, they always say that every game can be improved. Well, Rocket League can't because it's already a perfectly designed game. There isn't anything you can add or take away from the game that would make it better. So, what makes Rocket League perfect? Let's break it down. To me, the greatest achievement in game design is when there's a small number of game mechanics, but a huge amount of depth to them. That is exactly what Rocket League does. So what are the mechanics of Rocket League? In the simplest terms, driving, turning the car, drifting, dodging, and boosting/flying. From this small number of core mechanics, an entire ocean of depth is created. From these core mechanics, things like dribbling, flicking, air dribbles, ceiling shots, flip resets, bumps, power shots, and so much more has been created. The craziest thing is the fact that some of these different moves have been discovered by the community. They weren't specifically designed and programmed into the game. Rocket League is a physics engine with a simple set of rules that has allowed the players and the community to discover and create a complex metagame. Rocket League is the closest a video game has ever gotten and probably will ever get to real sports. The ceiling of complexity for the game is insane. When you compare the level of play of average players versus professional Rocket League players, it isn't even close. It's as if they are playing an entirely different game altogether. The mechanical ability of the best players is still changing and new strategies are always emerging. Let's talk about parts of the game other than the base mechanics. Matches in Rocket League last 5 minutes. This is a sweet spot for game length. It's short enough so it doesn't drag on too long, but it's also long enough for players to adapt to each other's playstyles and to allow for comebacks after a sizable deficit. Also, if a game ends in a tie, it goes to overtime where the team that scores first wins. This makes for high intensity and high stakes gameplay. What about the ball? The ball is larger than the cars, which may seem like common sense after playing the game, but in real-world sports, the ball is always significantly smaller than the player. The larger ball makes the game more approachable, but also adds layers of depth. Size makes it easy to see no matter where it is on the field, and it also makes it possible to do things like hiding behind it for surprise challenges. The ball has a line drawn underneath it with a circle that shows how high it is in the air. This makes it easier to catch the ball and to begin a dribble, or to perfectly align your car for an accurate hit. The ball has a trail that shows the color of the team that last hit it, as well as how fast and in what direction it's moving. The physics of the ball makes it so that it can be hit faster than a car can drive, and makes it so that it can be carried on top of the car or dribbled alongside it. The size of the field in Rocket League is perfect. It provides enough room in 3v3 so that players can space out and make passes to each other, and in 1v1 it gives players tons of space to try out different moves to trick their opponent or to pass the ball downfield to themselves. The curves on the edges of the map allow for the ball to be rolled up the walls and for cars to drive up it too. The corners are round enough for the ball to roll around them, but because it flattens out, it can also be used to smash the ball off of it, making for great passes to center field. Having a ceiling in the stadium makes it so that the balls won't float around forever, and it can be used for different passes and shots. The placement of boost pads is such that small boost pads are denser in the middle of the field and decrease as you go out. There are full boost pads in the corners and midfield, which provide a risk-reward factor, and can be taken advantage of to steal boost from the opponent. The field has different lines that show the path to boost, as well as show the player when they are approaching the goal to defend it while shadowing. They also show the dividing lines of the field cut in half, both left to right and front to back. The size of the goal makes it so that there is plenty of room to score, but it isn't too big to defend. The goal can be defended with a relatively small amount of boost. Back wall makes it easy for players on offense to recover, and at a high level can be used to defend shots from above the goal. Again, there's features to make the game more approachable, but also give it depth for high skill players. All of these reasons are why I think Rocket League is a perfectly designed game. It's simple in the number of mechanics, but it's designed so well that it makes for a game of considerable depth. Different features allow for approachability, but also give room for advanced skills. So what do you think of Rocket League? Did I miss any other great elements of design? Leave a comment below, and thanks for watching.